Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, back from a date with your mama, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So, I am broadcasting to you from my secret underground headquarters. I'm back. I'm back underground where I need to be. And it feels so good. And I am bringing to you a deck that I found over on Aetherhud, put up by friend of the channel, Titanovix. So, Titanovix has a deck that he refers to as fully tuned automaton / mechanaut. Bro. I just called it Titanovix Automaton, but he's got a very long name for it, and it's fully tuned. Fully tuned. There's nothing tuneder about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the cards, try to figure out how it works, and we're going to see how well it works. Just let's read through his description. Super big here, okay? Description: Dragon Engine, Simian Simulacrum, Absolute GOAT, greatest of all time, alongside Mechanaut, which reduces all artifact prices by 1. This will dunk on any other aggro. That's a bold, what am I trying to say there? Claim there, bold claim. And draw so many more cards with Bankbuster and Dragon Engine. The battalion on top end is kind of crazy, and I have fully casted battalions from the reduction of the Mechanaut, and the op just scoops from there. The opponent just scoops from there. There we go. So, yeah, let's take a look. Okay, so the combos he's talking about is Simian Simulacrum and the Phyrexian Dragon Engine. And I think this is because this guy enters battlefield to put 2+1/+1 counters on target creature control, which will then basically turn us into a 4/4. But he's a 4/4 with double strike, which means that when he does damage, he's dealing with 8 points of damage. Now, the only problem is that you got to get it through. And I'm not sure there's any trample in here anywhere. So we'll have to keep our eyes open for trample. All right, so what do we got? We got Boulder Surge will help to take things out, either 2 or 4 points if you're willing to sacrifice an artifact to do the additional 4. This guy looks like the kind of guy you want to sacrifice for that kind of thing. Haywire Mite, when he dies, he gets 2 life, so that's fantastic. But you can also sacrifice him and pay green to exile target non-creature artifact, so he takes out artifacts and enchantments as long as they're not creatures as well. So that's not bad. That's actually pretty freaking decent. This guy has Death Touch as long as you have 3 or more artifacts. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under control, you gain 1 life. And if this is the first time this ability has been resolved, in this turn, you get a +1/+1. So he gets bigger every time you put an artifact into play, as long as it's 1. That's a lot like Patchwork Automaton, who gets +1/+1 each time you cast an artifact spell. Is that a difference there? Artifact enters battlefield under your control. There's a big difference there, and we'll see why in a little bit. This guy, whenever you cast a spell, you get a +1/+1 counter, but it can happen multiple times per turn. This guy gets it whenever an artifact enters battlefield under your control. Oh, but he only gets the +1 one time each turn. All right. Still, you gain life. That's good. The reason I'm getting at is Skitterbeam Battalion. Because whenever you play this guy, not only do you get him, but you also get 2 other artifact creatures. There are copies of them. The reason I paused there is I started thinking, if it's a copy of them, then what else can you do that makes copies that causes it to potentially exponentially grow? But that's an interesting thought. Anyway, so Skitterbeam Battalion would cause basically 3 dudes to come into play, which would get you 3 life off of this guy. So there's a lot of synergy of growth and effects and everything going on. This would be 3 artifacts, which then causes this thing to have Death Touch. So we're all looking good so far. This guy is the Mechanaut, which he comes into play for 2, and he makes all your artifacts cost 1 less to play. 1 less. The Bankbuster comes out. He's able to be a vehicle as long as you got a crew 3. He's a 4/4. Otherwise, you can use this guy to draw more cards, which is excellent. Surge Engine. This is a big weird guy. Let's see. He's a 3/2 defender. But for a single blue, he loses defender and gains this creature cannot be blocked. Now, there is a game I played where that would have been really excellent if I'd had that blue. In fact, I think we'll see something. Surge Engine becomes blue and has a base power and toughness of 5/4. And lastly, draw 3 cards. Activate only if Surge Engine is blue and only once. So yeah, it doesn't last. Do you actually get to? Does it grow or is it till the end of turn? I'm not sure. I don't know. I'll have to see if we can play with this guy to find out how long is. It looks like it lasts forever. Like you just keep pumping things into it, and it's like the what I'm trying to think of, the black card with the Phyrexian sleeper agent. That's what I'm thinking of. I bet you that's the same thing. The more you pump into him, the better he gets, and he sticks that way. All right, so we talked about all those guys. This guy, the only thing about him is when we pay the unearth cost, then he comes back into play. He lasts for a turn, but he's got haste. And when he enters from your battlefield to the graveyard, you may discard your hand. If you have nothing, then you discard nothing. But no matter what, you will draw 3 cards. So thank God, that's where he gets that extra card draw from. Rootwire Amalgam. He costs 5, and you can pay to sacrifice him. You can pay 5 more to create an excess colorless golem artifact token, which is 3 times X, where it's the power of Amalgam itself, and it gains haste until the end of turn. So you put him out for 5. You can play another 5, at which point then you'd have a hasty 15/15 golem artifact. If you put him out as a 2, then he would be a 6/6 essentially. Still, that's pretty good even as a 6. Skitterbeam comes out as a prototype, and you make basically 2 other copies of him, so he'd be 3 2/2s. If you pay 9, you'll have 4 2/2s with trample and haste. These guys with trample would be good places to put the 2 points put out by the Simian Simulacrum. Lastly, we got the Woodcaller Automaton, which is 10 or 4. And as a 10, see, when he enters the battlefield, if you cast it, untap target land you control, it becomes a tree folk with haste and a power and toughness equal to the Woodcaller's power and toughness. It is still a land. So you can have a hasty 8/8 tree folk. That would be super cool. And you'd have an 8/8 guy. So yeah, if you pay 10, you'd have 2 guys out. That'd be pretty awesome. Other than that, we've got Kamigawa, blue, red, and green. And we got 1 green land. I'm not exactly sure why that's in there. Other than sometimes you have to go get a basic land. You need to have it in your library to be able to get it. And then we've got a bunch of suicide lands and fast dual lands. So, I don't know, man. Those suicide lands are usually the death of me. Let's take this out and see if we can make it happen. All right, playing against chaserb. chaserb. 2/3, let's keep it. What is this? Suicide, not suicide. Teach that guy what it means to be dead. Alright, Mechanaut, do your thing. Cost me 2 points. Alright, so I've caused, 3 points of damage to myself already. We'll see if suicide lands are the things that are costing me all these games. Alright, we'll put out that guy. And we're going to draw a card. I'll attack for 2. Can we get to 9 with what we got? I don't think so. So this guy's going to be a 3. Oh, super. Alright, we're going to pay this for the 3 cost. Auto pay! Alright, suicide land number green. Oh, I should have come in with the bank with Buster. I'm a big dummy. Playing an aggro deck, I keep expecting to be nice and fast here. A little too fast sometimes to keep track of everything that's going on. Alright, we got a nice green. We'll put out the Phyrexian. And, yeah. Let's send in what we got. Let's crew up. Send them in for 7. Alright, we got double strike 2/2. Just got to get him from blowing smoke greens for a second. Yeah, I'm cool. We can still slaughter that guy. Alright, he's only got 1 card in his hand. That's not cool for him. I said I might be looking to send out the Reckoner. Alright, Enthusiastic Merchant. Let's send them all in. Merchant. Mechanaut. Sorry, everyone. Well, that was bad. Let's see what we can draw. Alright, we're showing 6. Technically, I can have a guy up to 5 on the next turn if one of them gets killed. Yeah, he's pretending. Alright, we're going to go for it. Here we go. Next. All attack. And victory! Touchdown, Lava Bears! Alright, playing against, what is this? SAbluedevil? I suspect this is some sort of football reference. Keep! 1, 2, 3. Teething Wurmlet. Alright, so it looks like he's the guy to get out. We don't have anything that's fast. We'll play it slow. This guy's going to shoot out whatever creatures I put out early. Gotta try, though. Alright, put this guy out so that we can shoot whatever he tries to put out. I want to know what aggro is. And I want you to show me. I'll have to read that card. I thought I was about to wipe things. Whenever you creature you control attacks alone, exile the top card. Let me play the card's turn. Alright. Here's 3. We'll put ourselves out a Dragon Engine. Somebody's getting stronger. Alright, so up to 3 mana. This might be all the mana we get. But 5 would be what we need to get Skitterbeam Battalion. And I love the word skitter because of that green card. What was it called? Skitter. I can't remember. Alright, 2/2 Ninja Blizzard, huh? 4. Let's clear the board. Smith 0. And put out another Dragon Engine. Pop! Gotta kill him off while you can. Alright, we're going for it. This is gonna cost me nothing, huh? All attack. There you go, Monkey Beam. Dead! That's aggro. Victory! Alright, playing against Tbastos. Tbastos. 1/2 mana. Is that enough for us? This guy can chop things down. It looks good. Alright, we'll keep it. Alright, we're going to play the slow land first, just to suck up slow lands while we can. This guy looks like he's playing mono blue, but you know, there's a lot of things. Maybe a good Simic deck. Ah, there we go. It's an Izzet. Alright, how can we be fast here? When it comes to haste, I don't see any haste here. Alright, 2. Alright, here's the 3rd mana. That's good. So I can use the Voltage Surge with killing another artifact to kill off that Battle Mage Captain. Alright, here's 3. We're going to punk out on a Patchwork Automaton. This guy's doing some shooting there. Alright. You going to do something for that? You going to bounce him back? Where'd you get a single from? Spell Pierce, huh? Oh, good for you. Alright, at that point, I can put out yet another Patchwork Automaton and attack for 2. Okay, there's 4, which means we can do a Skitterbeam. Skitter, 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 skitter. Am I going to get 3 pluses out of this deal? A cast an artifact. Okay, those are uncasted. All in, my friend. That would be 10 points. You got some guys, and I just don't care. That plus isn't going to last for long. Still don't care. Okay, you're able to block some guys still. That guy I do care about. Alright, Dragon Engine for 2. Here's another. And another. I got a lot of guys on the ground. And I got a 5/5. You gonna give him up? You are. Good for you. We doing there, Trixie Jerk? Down to 4. Alright, I need to get some flying going on because this is getting out of hand. Alright, let's see what we can get. Let's draw some cards. Alright, that's what I can get. Make that guy even better, but that's not going to really do us any good. We're going to have to play it, though. I think we're going to have to stay low and slow. Put her on double strike. Let's take it in. I'm just going to go ahead and chump. You're running out of cards, my friend. You're running out of cards. All right, let's draw again. Land. Let's go for a full-on Dragon Engine again. Single chumper. Still not enough. All right, disenchant. Looking really good, but what can I get rid of at that point? That guy is not an enchantment. Neither is that. That guy, these guys are. That would just suck, and there's no reason for it. Let's just pop these. Can't be blocked. That'll help out a lot. Did he casualty this thing? I think he did. Yeah, sure, auto pay. Well, whatever, man. We're just gonna pop that like that. There's nothing more we could do. Yeah, that was the end of the game for him if that had gotten out. And another. Chump it up. All right, we're going to have to start sending in the slaughters here in a second. What can we draw? Nice. All right, we're going all in. There we go. Man, that was a war of attrition. Victory! Alright, playing against free cats for all. I don't want a cat. I think they stink like Pete. 1, 2, 3, 4. And some stuff. Alright, let's see what we can do. This is 3. This doesn't do anything at start. Shooting some stuff. Suicide, regular lands. It'll be nice and fast at the point we play them. It's a good start. Free cats for all. Let's keep the baby sleeping. No, night. Alright, I'll pay a life for 1. Put that dragon picture off the screen. Sounds like a moo cow. Alright. Okay, let's go for non-suicide land at this point. And we'll shoot. Submit 0. And attack for 1. We're playing against like a... what am I... Not Rakdos. What's the other one? Rule? We're looking at mono green right now. What does this do? That's any color. Alright, I'll put out the nice patchwork. Get this guy a buff and attack for 2. This guy wants a lot of different colors. I always think this guy is the anti-enchantment artifact guy, but he gets buffed with more creatures in the graveyard. It's more direct damage. There we go, direct damage. Excellent. Alright, we'll put that out as number 4. We're going to go ahead and pop this guy. Pop him in the head. Submit 0. And the dragon engine goes in. Come on, you can do it. And we're all swole. Doing 5. That guy's a super jerk. Can this guy just kill him? Come on. Oh, I have to go for artifacts like this one? Looks like we might just be able to get awesome on our own. And do I really want to spend my time not attacking? Death Touch. Yeah, let's send that guy in, definitely. Double Strike's not going to do it. We'll just go like that. Down 8. Wake up! Wake up, little baby. See, he's in a coma. That's the way we need him to be. Two of them! Alright, at Death Touch, he's gonna have to kill something, I'm sure. Alright, so let's go ahead and see if we can get something awesome. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just start sending in the slap. I'm going all goblin right now. Yeah, that one right there. There we go. No math! No math! I can get 5 through. This guy could bump up. That'll be 2 more, so that'd be 7 total. If he lets the Death Touch through, that would be bad for him. Okay, it's still 8, man. No math wins it. Suck it, free cats. Winner, winner, victory dinner. All right, so here we are with the Titanovix Automaton deck. And it's an aggro deck, and I really liked it. I could say the one thing that really bothered me about it was the, as they call them, pain lands. I like to call them suicide lands. Because I kind of think that I probably caused more damage to myself and probably caused myself to lose more games because of them. I did not, because here's the deal, as I started playing it, I won the first game. I lost like 2 in a row straight afterwards. I thought the pain lands were causing it to me, and I thought, I'll play one more, and if this doesn't come together, then I'm going to go mess around with this deck. Guess what? It was just nothing but victory, 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 victory right after that, right? Just nonstop victories. So I still think that the pain lands could be removed, maybe not as strong as they're in. I'm not sure you need them, but I didn't mess with them. This is a 100% Titanovix formula for this deck right here, and you saw how it played. It did a good job, and we managed to make it come through. For me, it's a little too cutthroat, a little of your own throat. That's the problem. But was it a good deck? Yes, it was. Yes, it was a great deck. It was aggro. It had growth. I had Death Touch. I love that. I know that in one of the comments I had with Titanovix, he talked about how he thought that this card in particular, the Teething Wurmlet, had a lot of potential. And it has a lot of words, they say that. And so, but when I read it, I'm like, yeah, I don't know, maybe. But now I'm actually playing it. I thought it did a really good job. I mean, he definitely has that same kind of potential that Patchwork Automaton does. But even more so, you gain life, and he gets Death Touch somehow. Let's see, how did he go? As long as you control 3 or more artifacts. And that Death Touch meant a lot at the right time for me. So yeah, that was really good. Who was the hero of this deck? It's hard to say. Let me just look at this real quick. It was probably the Enthusiastic Mechanaut. He probably was, just because he made everything else so cheap. He's that enchantment druid who makes all your enchantments one less. He does it for artifacts instead. But the Phyrexian Dragon Engine with its double strike, I really appreciated that. I like the fact that you can pull them back from the graveyard for 1 turn, and that you got to get a bunch of new cards off of that. Even if there's no Mishra on it, that was still a good card. Plus, teaming it up with the Simian Simulacrum was pretty excellent. Being able to put those extra 2 counters on a double striker made it into way stronger. So yeah, I did have to make one change to this deck, which was I did not have 2 Woodcaller Automatons. I am, as you can see, I'm fresh out of rares and mythic rares at this point. So, and I got a bunch of packs. I'm going to start, pitching things around. Hopefully I'll be able to finish off this set pretty soon and be able to play whatever deck I feel like. But as of right now, I'm still really shy. So I had to remove one of him. I put in an additional Reckoner Bankbuster is what I did. I don't know if that was the right choice, but I know Bankbusters give you card draw, and it's hard to go wrong with card draw. Voltage Surge. Man, I needed that so many times to help pin things down early, which is your game when you're playing super aggro like this one likes to get into. I was really shocked. This one went into a war of attrition, and we ended up winning. Usually aggro decks can't hold it out. This deck, at least against the deck we were playing against, was able to eventually take top and go for it. We saw that earlier on. So, what am I going to rate this deck? As far as being competitive, I thought it was right up there with the competitive decks. I'm going to say check mark for that. Was it fun? Yes, it was. It had a good streak to it. I enjoyed the synergy. It worked great. And was it interesting? 100%. Mostly because I have not seen or played with a lot of these cards before. We're seeing a lot of things from the Brothers War in here. So I liked it. I thought it was a really interesting deck. I'm not a big fan of 3-color decks. I think that they tend to get a little lost. I haven't really done the analysis on it to see if this really is 3-color in that way. I mean, I know that there are some, but what we got here is it's colorless, 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 colors all throughout there. Colorless, colorless, blue, red, red, and a single green. I guess that wants a bunch of green. That wants a bunch of red, green, red, green. What's the blue then? I guess that guy's blue. This is a pretty evenly keeled red and blue and green deck. So yeah, I guess it needed it. This is really a good tricolor land. It's mostly colors, which helps you sidestep the suicide lands there. Yeah. So I'm gonna give it an A+ because it hits all 3 marks of being interesting, fun, and competitive. Yeah. Good job, Titanovix. I really like this deck. Good job. So, if you so choose to play with this deck, I hope that you have as much fun as I did. All right, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. See you next time, Space Cowboys. Later.